Hey, welcome back to the road to Jerusalem and happy Friday to you. Today we are going to be in Luke chapter 14, 15 to 24. It's a story of the great banquet, and this is how it reads. When one of those reclined at table with him heard these things, he said to him, "Blessed is everyone who will eat bread in the kingdom of God." But then he said to him, "A man once gave a great banquet and invited many. And at the time for the banquet, he sent his servants to say to those who had been invited, 'Come, for everything is now ready.' But then they all alike began to make excuses. First one said to him, 'I have just bought a field, and I must go out and see it. Please have me excused.' And another, 'I have bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I go to examine them. Please have me excused.' And then another said, 'I have married a wife, and I cannot therefore come.' So the servant came and reported these things to his master. And the master of the house became angry. And he said to his servant, 'Go out quickly into the streets and the lanes of the city and bring in the poor and the crippled and the blind and the lame.' And the servant said, 'Sir, what you have commanded has been done, and there is still room.' And the master said to the servant, 'Go out to the highways and the hedges and compel people to come in, that my house may be filled. For I tell you, none of those men who were invited shall taste my banquet.'" Luke 14, 15 to 24. As Jesus continues on the road to Jerusalem, he tells the story about this banquet. It's a great feast, a full table, and an open invitation. The kind of celebration you would want to attend. And in this story, the host prepares everything and sends out word. "Come, for everything is now ready. The meal is prepared, the table is set, the invitations have gone out." But then something surprising happens. The invited guests begin to make excuses. One says, "I bought a field." The other one says, "I bought oxen." Another says, "I just got married." And none of these things are bad. None of these things are evil. This is normal part of life. But the important part that Jesus is trying to make is that these things are more important than the banquet. The people are too busy, they're too distracted, they're too occupied with their own lives to come to the feast. So the master does something unexpected. He sends out his servants into the streets. Bring in the poor, bring in the crippled, bring in the blind and the lame. These were the people who were usually overlooked, the ones who assumed they would never be invited. But the invitation reaches them. And when there is still room at the table, the master sends out the servant even further. "Go to the highways and the hedges and compel the people to come in, that my house may be filled." This is the heart of the gospel. Let me say that one more time. This is the heart of the gospel. God is throwing a banquet, not just a small gathering, a feast. And it is a feast of grace. And the invitation goes out to the people who never thought that they would ever belong at the table. The religious leaders are the insiders in Jesus' day. They assume that the kingdom of God belonged to them. But Jesus keeps showing that the kingdom is filled with unexpected guests. Tax collectors, sinners, the poor, the overlooked, the outsiders. People like Zacchaeus, which on Sunday we're going to read about his story and talk about Zacchaeus in Luke chapter 19. People like the bent woman that we talked about just a week ago. People like the lost sheep that we're going to read about in just next week. People that are lost. People like us. The gospel is not an invitation for the impressive. It's an invitation for the needy, not for people who have everything together, but for those who know that they don't have everything together. And the beauty of the gospel is this: We don't bring the meal. We don't earn our seat. Everything is already prepared. Jesus is on the road to Jerusalem because he is about to make the banquet possible. Through the cross of Jesus Christ, he will pay our sin. Through the resurrection, he will open the door to the kingdom. So the invitation still goes out today. Come. Come with your brokenness. Come with your past. Come with your doubts. There is still room at the table, and the King delights to fill his house. I love that. King Jesus wants to fill his house. So here's what we should think about. I'm going to challenge you to think about today. Have you responded to the invitation? Or have the distractions of life kept you from the feast? Jesus is inviting you to come, not because you deserve it, but because his grace has made room for you. If you're in the Antelope area, which means Antelope, North Highlands, Citrus Heights, Alberta, West Roseville, Sacramento, we would love to see you this Sunday at Hope Community Church. Our service starts at 10:30 a.m. and we're walking with Jesus on the road to Jerusalem. There is a table. There is a seat at the table for you. We'll see you guys on Sunday. I'll be back tomorrow.